This is big time!
Who is Randy? Don't bring anyone's mother into this.
Your mama in the fucking stands!
Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura, and
Christina Pashitsky.
welcome to your mom's house.
Look how my arms went there. That was crazy. Welcome, folks. It's Behind the Jeans. Oh, boy, I forgot I got to turn that off afterwards already. Look at that. We figuring it out, folks. And boy, oh boy, now I can see your chat so much better. We got Hate from Los Angeles here. Little Bowner up there with Hate from Los Angeles, and he's in the chat quite a bit. Thank you to everybody who joins us in the chat. If you're watching this on the replay and you want to figure out how to join up in the chat, well, you just got to sign up to become a Your Mom's House channel member. And I'm not even sure if I should say this or if I should grease the wheels a little bit, but it does help the roach out a little bit if you sign up and become a member. Just saying. But I appreciate all the people that have signed up, all the new people here, all the people, buckets of hate from Seattle here, from our buddy Truby. I'm getting better at reading them now that they're zoomed in. You know what I'm saying? It's all coming together here on Behind the Jeans. And of course, remember, if you are watching on replay, or even if you're in the chat and I didn't get to what you wanted me to get to, you can always just email us, behindthejeans@gmail.com, behindthejeans@gmail.com. Email us and let us know if there's anything that you've wanted to talk about, wanted to discuss more at length. I would be happy to do it. Also, can I mention real fast before we get into the program too deep today, let me let you know the Roach is going to be out on the road. So if you want to come see me, April, I'm going to be in Huntsville, Alabama. Allentown, Pennsylvania. All of those. So I hope you come on out, thejoshpotter.com to buy tickets. Come out, see the Roach on the road. And again, there's the email up there, behindthejeanshow@gmail.com. I've said it wrong already a couple of times. Behindthejeanshow@gmail.com. And I'm loving this fact that that this is populating. Once again, read it through the fence. Thank you. I did. I read it terribly. Read it through the fence awfully. Thanks for pointing that out. We got lots of things to get to. In fact, I don't know if you heard, brand new show under the YMH banner, You Be Trippin' with Ari Shaffir, and we are going to have the host of that very program on the show today. He's going to be joining up a little bit later on. But first, we have a couple things to address last week. I have to say, folks, if I might, the discussion about the airtight situation with legendary Jane Wilde and Alexis Tay, I enjoyed it. I'm proud of that segment. So many folks on the Instagram comments, oh my Lord, what happened? They couldn't have been Your Mom's House fans. They could not have been, because there were so many pearl clutchers in there, some Jesus heads. It must have gotten caught up in some trad algorithm or something. There's no way that, I mean, I know I've been gone a few years, but there's no way that the YMH audience has turned into such prudes at the end of the day. This person wants to talk about Hawaii. Little Bowner again. I mean, I'm sorry, I keep picking Little Bowner's just like hitting on the chat pretty great here. And Little Bowner wants to hear about Hawaii. I don't know. Maybe Ari will have an episode on You Be Trippin' about Hawaii. Wouldn't that come full circle? But the whole thing that I thought was interesting about the airtight discussion in the comments section was all the people that were like, "This is a disgrace." It's like, what have you been watching? Again, I'm not going to put that on the YMH faithful. I'm going to say that some trad people got involved and got a little too excited about the fact that I had some ladies of the stage and screen come on to discuss being airtight. But I guess I'm going to take a note, porn stars get people. I love them. I think they're the most fantastic people that I've ever come across. But there's also one thing we have to correct There's a bit of a stat correction, I do believe, coming up here. About last week, we discussed the Eiffel Tower, and I think we got it wrong. But let us find out here. First, before we do that, I'll get to that in a second. I'm sorry. We had some interesting developments as we were trying to sign on a couple of minutes late. Still trying to get the kinks worked out technologically here. If you know the Roach, you know he's not good at technology. I'm a boomer in a millennial's body. So I appreciate you bearing with the kinks as we work them out here on Behind the Jeans. But a lot of nice feedback has come across. Look at this one right here. I don't know if you can read it. I certainly have a difficult time on that screen right there, but I'll read it for you. Hello, Josh and YMH. Loving the airtight letters and dialogue at YMH of late. Oh, so we have someone who did enjoy the conversation. I wanted to give an honorable mention to one of my favorite airtight queens, Kathy Heaven. I've never come across Kathy Heaven. Now, I'm going to have to check out her work, especially if she is indeed an airtight queen. She is a good performer, as Yoshi would say, in the adult industry, and of Christina's tribe, Hungry. Always game for anything with beautiful smile on her face. Keep high and tight. You bet I'm coming up in May. That comes to us by way of Aaron at behindthejeansshow@gmail.com. But yes, we have to get to our little bit of a stat correction here on the airtight conversation, a little byproduct of it. We got the Eiffel Tower wrong, and people have come up to me since that episode aired, and they said, I watched the episode, and you discussed the Eiffel Tower. I was always under the impression that the Eiffel Tower was something different, but let's go to the tape and see here real quick.
When it hit, she started to make out again. We took it to the bedroom. Me and the other guy were Eiffel Towering her.
Wait, what does that mean?
Someone's here and someone's, standing up,
Okay.
right? Like in her mouth, right?
Eiffel Towering?
Yeah.
What is the Eiffel Tower?
Was this a good play by Tom to get this wrong? That he doesn't know what Eiffel Towering means? Because when he said that, I was like, there's no way he got Eiffel Towering wrong. And what I think he was describing was the old London Bridge. I think he was describing that. I don't really even know what he was describing. Maybe he was describing a woman sitting on a lap and getting a penis in the mouth. But an Eiffel Tower, as we all know, it's when the woman is betwixt the two gentlemen. One person inside here could be the butt or the vagina, and one person inside here that's in the mouth. And then the two gentlemen, so happy with what they've accomplished with this young lady, they high-five one another, thus creating an Eiffel Tower. So I don't know what the hell Tom was describing here. Maybe, again, he is discussing it with his wife. Maybe he's decided, you know what, I'm going to pretend I am none the wiser. Could have been a 4D chess situation with Tom. I won't put it past him.
Roommate said he wanted to run a train on a girl. We found a girl online who wanted to. She was half black, half white, worked at Red Robin. Yum.
I love Red Robin.
The night it happened, my roommate's friend happened to be there only because he was over 21. And
Here's
bought the
description
alcohol.
again. Sorry, I rewound
When I
too
picked up
far.
the girl, literally at first sight, she kissed me. After we got back to my apartment, she started to down Bacardi. Rum. When it hit, she started to make out again. We took it to the bedroom. Me and the other guy were Eiffel Towering her.
Wait, what does that mean? Eiffel Towering.
Someone's here and someone's, standing up,
Okay.
right? Like in her mouth, right?
Eiffel Towering?
Yeah.
What is the Eiffel Tower?
She's sitting on this guy,
Okay.
and her mouth is on the guy
Okay.
above him.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Am I
Okay.
correct? Is that right? Yes.
No, the French.
Is that correct? Am I right?
when I-
Yes, that's not correct, Tom. That is not correct. I don't know who was in the booth that day. I don't know if they were also playing dumb. But the fact that no one corrected him, that's what, if I was in the room still, back like it was in the day, I would have been up in arms at that description. I would have maybe charged out of the booth. You might have seen me break through the glass just to get that one right. And I don't know how I didn't catch that last time. Maybe because I was like, there's no chance someone doesn't know what the Eiffel Tower is. We need a Two Bears Eiffel Tower here, says Little Bounder. I keep picking Little Bounder's chats. They're the Little Bounder so far is a chat goat right now. I got to tell you, he's got some good stuff. This one is like teabagging the other dude. Yeah, I don't know what Tom was describing. I mean, here's the thing. I've seen many adult film where, in fact, a woman is on the lap and then someone's in the mouth. And it is a little close quarters for my liking. That's something we didn't even discuss in terms of our airtight discussion last time was the fact that it is a difficult time to perform as a guy. We learned about the importance of the anchor and everything like that. But yes, we did the old stat correction here on YMH. I'm excited that we got to correct that because I did, again, people came up to me at the Comedy Store on the patio. I had a guy literally beeline it to me and I was like, oh, cool, a fan. He's going to want to take a picture with me. No, he wanted to make sure I understood what an Eiffel Tower is. I go, of course I know what an Eiffel Tower is. And he goes, well, it didn't seem like it. It certainly didn't seem like you knew. But nevertheless, there was and I kind of want to save this. I'm going to tease something for you folks. The latest episode of Not Today, Pal it should win every podcast award if there are such a thing. I'll tell you why. If you haven't seen it, they had a call-in guy. I wish I could have just spent my hour with you today, playing all of Not Today, Pal, because it is really, the highlights I've chosen will not do it justice, but I'm going to save that one. I'm going to save that one for after we have our guest on in a little bit, because we're going to get him coming up here in a couple of minutes. Before I do that, though, it is Women's History Month, and it was discussed on Two Bears, One Cave, and I thought it was a very, very enlightening and interesting conversation. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
Let's do now top 5 most evil women in history.
Yes.
Like we're looking for
yes.
Hitler's equivalent.
Because they did at one point earlier in the program discuss, who are the top women. That's a snooze. We know who's I really? I don't know. But I don't want to hear about the highfalutin ones. Let's talk about the evil ones. I know a few. Are they going to list some of my ex-girlfriends? Let's find out.
All right. Amber Heard.
Ooh, Amber Heard.
Oh, hold on.
Right?
Evil. Hold on. No. She's not going to make the list when you think about like Imelda Marcos. Like when you think of like the bad bitches.
You think Imelda Marcos was not nice?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. Type in Imelda Marcos. I don't really know anything about her other than she had shoes.
Lots of shoes.
But you got like Eileen Warner,
Warner,
serial killer. Who's the girl that Casey Anthony,
yeah.
Griselda Blanco.
Yeah.
There are some real bad bitches.
Look at her. Ooh. Look at that expression on her face. Get the fuck out of my face.
This is what made me think about it. I was watching this thing on Vice about the Korean. There's like 5 Korean families who own everything in Korea.
Yeah. Now we're talking
owns
dictators.
The Korean Airlines. She owns the Korean Airlines.
Yeah.
Her family, and they're getting ready to take off. And the flight attendant brought her a bag of macadamia nuts and didn't put them on a plate. And she had them turn the plane around and fired that person and had them escorted off the plane. And then goes, now we can take off.
I don't know if Bert realizes, but Kim Jong-un has a sister, and I'm pretty sure she's trying to become the one in power. And I think she's killed a couple of people in her family. That is, obviously in the same ilk, but boy, oh boy, there's a more evil one. I saw a comment here that stuck with me, and this is a kind of a point I was trying to make last week on the program. Where the hell is it? Here it is. Oops, not this one. Ah, yes. Bert's logic is awesome, and I agree. Bert, what he does for me is when I watch Bert talk on podcasts, oops, wrong one there. Look at that. Look at Josh is figuring out the buttons. When I watch Bert talk on podcasts, I got to tell you, it makes me feel so much better about how retarded I am, because either he'll say something way more retarded than I've ever thought of, and I go, hey, I'm a pretty smart guy by comparison to that. Or he'll say something out loud that I've definitely thought of, and I go, oh, I guess I'm not the only one. So boy, oh boy, isn't it? The logic is wonderful. Thank you for that, Acid Beanie, in the chat. Acid Beanie, first time, long time. This says, what up, Chomo? Nice to see ya. Just trying to get some new blood up in here. Good to see you, too. Juana Man. Georgie, my boy. I don't know what that's reference to, but I love you. Thanks for being here. Thank you to all the people in the chat. And get your writer hats on. Cheers to this one. Yes, indeed. Now, I would love the chat to chime in with some of the people they think are the most evil women. I can think of a few people that you wouldn't know that have been evil in my life for sure. Oh, we got Mr. Clavicles here. Had a great weekend with Mr. Clavicles, by the way. He came up to my show in Chandler, and we went to the old spring training. It was a fun time, so good to see him here in the chat. So yeah, come out to my shows and you can do the same thing. Uh-oh. Christian Donnelly with an evil woman, his mother. That's the opposite of some of the things that I saw Chicago White Sox talk about. They had a Women's History Month sort of viral video, and they discussed, they go, name any woman. That was the viral thing. They just, as they walk up, there's a sign that says, name a woman for the camera. And they would all say my mother because they didn't want to get into trouble and name like some hot thoughts that they would have. Ooh, this is a good one here. Tanya Harding. I don't know why. Some of the evil women, they're going to tickle my funny bone, if you know what I'm saying. Tanya Harding always kind of scratched that itch for your boy over here. I don't know what it is about her. It's the white trash meets the evilness. I mean, yeah, when she had Galooly take that pipe to goody Nancy Kerrigan, love it. Greta Thunberg, interesting. Is it because she's taking away your emissions? I mean, every time I got on a private jet, I would stick my middle finger up to that Greta Thunberg. I'll tell you what, it wasn't even my private jet. Anytime I get on any jet, could be one of the new Boeing ones that are falling apart, I say, suck it, Greta. I got layovers on layovers over here. Ooh, so happy about the Eiffel Tower fiasco. It's been keeping me up. I know, David. Like I said, so many people have hit me up about that one. Oh, we got Stanktron says he won't even name her name. He says Clinton's wife. That means Hillary. Old Hill Dog is who he's talking about there. Galactic Gorilla. This is an ironic one, I think. I think it's going to be, this one is Mother Teresa. I don't think that's true. I think she did some good in this world. I don't know. Wouldn't it be amazing if Mother Teresa was the most evil cunt on the planet? That would be so delicious. If she's feeding all these malnourished children that are living on dirt or whatever the hell she was doing. And then, the cameras go off and she's booting one. She goes, get this slimy child away from me. God, disgusting. Disgusting. Oh, Stanktron says the mom of the 5-year-old waxer. That was a story I had on the old Josh Potter show. You can check that out on YouTube every Wednesday morning. That bad boy comes out. Anyone say Casey Anthony? Forrest Nutter asks. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. That's a good one to bring up as well. Helen Keller. That'd be funny if she was a bitch. How could she's just like, oh, and it's like she hates your guts, bro. Like she has to have a translator be like, when she just makes like a moan noise, they have to be like, that means she fucking hates you. That means she thinks you fucking suck. Casey Anthony coming in a couple of times with Mr. Clavicles. Interesting. Great topic for Women's History Month. Very exciting indeed. We've got, this is a fun one here. Jeff Dye. Now, R.I.P., I picked this clip. Jeff Dye was on First Date. Speaking of Women's Month, one of our women hosts, Lauren Compton of First Date fame. Jeff Dye was on the program, and they talked about vices.
Ivanka.
And the reason I'm bringing that, Jeff Dye was one of the best dudes you'd see at the club, and you'd be like, oh, sweet, Jeff Dye's here. We're going to get drunk. Now, it's all changed, unfortunately. We lost another one. Let's get into it here and let him explain what I mean. Oh, boy. Let's try to do this. I'm changing everything over here. There we go. Look at me, Josh. You're doing it.
Emily Ratatouille or whatever her name is.
Oh, yeah?
She's pretty. She's very attractive. She's like the most attractive.
Was not the right one. There we go.
Everything's let's get drinks.
Why are you sober?
Why are you
Because it got real bad in the end and I had a disease.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was a fun drunk, though. No one was the wiser. But I was an alcoholic for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any other vices?
No.
You're just sober.
Well, I guess what's the? I don't know how to explain
Do
what
you
a vice
smoke
is.
weed?
No, I don't do that.
Ketamine?
No, never done that. I don't do drugs. I'm not a drug boy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. But alcohol was my big problem. I mean, I like sex a lot and I like gambling, but those aren't problems.
They're just fun.
They're just things humans do. Yeah. What would be a vice?
Well, I guess you don't have any. Smoking
No,
cigarettes?
I'm just not aware. No, I love cigars, but that's not really a vice. Is it?
Well, you can't like take everything that you do and say it's not a vice. You
Okay.
can't say sex, gambling, and cigars aren't.
Then those are my vices. Yeah, then there it is. I was just trying to figure out what the.
You can't justify them and be like, well, that's not a vice.
Yeah, I guess that I was wrestling with the definition, like whether vice meant problem or not.
Yeah, well, that's
Like
how
those are
you
things I'm
define.
doing that aren't problems that are vices, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay. So like alcohol used to be a vice,
yeah,
but then it became a problem. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was having trouble with the definition.
got it.
What do you?
My boy Jeff Dye, I miss him. These people, they got this disease, this, and then we lose them, and then I'm just drinking alone at the bar now at the Comedy Store. No, there's enough people that come around, but it is an interesting thing to wonder, does it take it being an issue for it to be a vice? Because I would have guessed I have a bajillion vices. We talked about it with the Double Soul Shaman last week. He was saying, why do cocaine when you can cup your balls and, breathe through your asshole or some shit like that? It all kind of went like this over my head a little bit, not gonna lie. But maybe we got to hook Jeff Dye up with the Double Soul Shaman now that he's maybe white knuckling it a bit with the alcohol. But I don't know. I would have guessed. I smoke weed every fucking day. I drink. I was like, I do wonder, is a vice something that you have a problem with, or is it just something that you enjoy? I'm not sure. His vice is wearing eggshell, non-ironically. Oh, some shade at Jeff Dye's fashion there. That's so funny that so many people are discussing the fashion of Jeff Dye. What is this right here, Annie? What are you saying? No asshole, no glory hole. Am I right, fellas? Amen, buddy. Those are words to live by. That should be a new shirt. Get that up in the merch store. I thought that the Double Soul Shaman was going to tell me to do I thought he was going to actually give me some masturbation tips when it comes to my asshole. Turns out it's just all like, do you want to simulate cocaine with your asshole? Here you go. Nevertheless, we are live. Are we live? We're doing it live, Albert Kolstein. We're doing it live. Welcome to the show. So happy that you could be here. And so I do miss Jeff Dye as a drinking buddy, but we'll have to get past it. You know what I'm saying? And one of my favorite things that Danny Brown does on his program is when he spins the wheel. It's actually a format of podcasting that I'm jealous of. I wish I thought of the wheel. I wish I had a wheel. I wish I could do the wheel. Nevertheless, Danny Brown is the wheel, and it's maybe my favorite part of his program every week when it comes out every Friday. And here, he recently had Jessica Michelle Singleton on, and they spun the wheel.
Yeah, man, let's spin the wheel and we'll get out of here. I'm gonna go cry in the bathroom. This is horrible, man. Like, oh my God. All right. Water parks. I actually love water parks. I had to think about it because being a kid, we had it was a place called Wheels Inn because it's right over the bridge in Canada, and I think in Windsor. So every summer, my parents would take us to this, and it didn't really.
FYI, Canada always has the best water parks. We'd go up to fucking Canada to go to the water parks too. I totally get it.
Wasn't like a water park. They just had one slide.
Like a slide?
Yeah, they just had one water slide at the pool. So my parents would take us to Wheels Inn. And yeah, we was geeked up to go to that slide. Now these water parks nowadays, there's actually one not too far from where I live at. And that motherfucker looks humongous. It's all type of crazy shit. Now, me personally, as an adult, I probably wouldn't fuck with like water park shit. I just feel like I'm going to hurt myself.
Oh, I also just as a little kid, it's crazy how easily excited you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved water parks. We had one called Slippery Sam's, and it just had this logo was a gross wet Yosemite Sam. But now I just am like, this is piss. I'm gliding down a slide filled with human piss.
Yeah, it is to be pissed. I actually remember now why I like water parks because that's my first time seeing titties in a while. Like a bitch that went on a slide and her
titty popped
her
out?
shit came up. I remember I was about 8 or something. I was like, oh shit.
That's a dream.
I was just looking at that titty. We became one. I remember it was almost like I was fucking it was almost like a hologram. It was so far away from me, but it seemed so close. I was like, oh shit, that's a titty.
You're like, is this real? Is this a mirage?
I swear, that was the best trip ever, man. I remember going home. It was still in my brain.
You achieved enlightenment.
Yeah, I swear. Just that one little, because it just came up once a little bit. And she pulled it down real quick and shit. But My pervy ass. I saw that titty. I was like, oh shit. I saw it. So every year, I remember, every year we'd go back to Wheels Inn.
just
In my
wait.
head, I was like, I'm going to see a titty again.
You're just standing on the edge of the slide waiting.
Everyone remembers their first titty that they see. Oh boy, at a water park at that. I thought when she was talking about all the piss that would excite Danny too. He'd be like, there sure is a lot of piss there. That would excite certain people. If you told Robert Paul Champagne about the water park having a lot of piss in it, oh boy, he'd be at the end of the slide, like putting his face there, getting ready for people to come down, but not even. He just wants that deluge of water just crushing him in the face. But where did you see your first titty out there in the wild, folks? I'll never forget mine. I mean, here's the problem. Most people's first titty in reality, but the one in the wild, that's where he discerned it. But everyone's first titty that they've ever seen is their mother's, and that's disturbing and terrible, and it can ruin you. It can ruin you. Aroldis Chapman, go ask that guy. He was grabbing his mother's titties on Twitter the other day. It was crazy. Or X, excuse me, X. Nevertheless, where did you see your first one out and about? That's the question. I was at a party, and it was like one of those first parties you have in high school where everyone's getting drunk, getting wild, getting crazy. And a girl got drunk, and she just went around flashing people. And it was the best day of my life. I go, is this what high school is going to be like? Oh, my Lord, I love it. What a world to be in. This is so wonderful. The girls just run around and flash. Oh, my God. And then, you grow up, and then you're finding out they're going airtight. And you're like, wow, I wasn't even scratching the surface back in high school. Look at me. And then you have people get mad at you on Instagram because you celebrate these types of women. Oh, here we go. Roach, you are the man. This is a badass. Getting a little behind the scenes. That's Shadow Jacker. What a cool name. Shadow Jacker. I think that's a fun one. A nefarious name. Thank you for your kind words, sir. I appreciate it. My friend had his Nintendo 64 in his mom's room. We went to play, and she was in the middle of changing that from Little Bounder. Little Bounder, MVP at the chat today. Hell of a story. So it was your friend's mom. Ooh la la. You ever have a thing for your friend's mom? Is that allowed? It could be, some early masturbation type stuff when you have your friend's mom being hot, Does your friend know, too? That's the other question. Do you tell your friend, dude, your fucking mom? Such a babe. He's like, stop it. It's my mom. Big Wave took a girl's top off at the beach. That from Daniel Hickey. What's up, Daniel? Thank you so much, buddy. This was Nelson's Ledges during a concert. I'm not sure what that means. Nelson's Ledges, is that a amusement park? Is that a theme park? What the hell is that? I have no idea. But, ooh, look at this one. I'm reading all of your things here. These are great. Freshman last period, PE Friday, a ginger chick flashed her perkies. So she's just doing it at school? This girl's sober and just at school? What a fucking American hero. God bless that lady. Oh, boy. Mom's crackhead friend showed us kids and then made out with my 6-year-old brother. Well, Noir, that sounds like it's a trauma experience, and I'm sorry. That sounds like it's... Maybe we should move on. Today's episode of Your Mom's House had somebody it was adorable. Let's be frank. And Caitlin Campbell and Tom made one of their TikToks together. It's one of those things. I am, here's where I become a boomer. I'm not exactly on the old TikTok. Do I have one? Yes. Do I go on it? I try to never go on it. Do I have any reason other than it confounds me? Not really, but I can pretend that it's China that I hate or something, But I'm not really on there. So I was unfamiliar with Caitlin Campbell for the most part. I'd see an Instagram reel here or there. And then obviously when Tom and Christina started talking about Caitlin Campbell, I was curious and I would start watching and I was like, this is disgusting. These people writing terrible. It made me feel like sad for Caitlin Campbell, but boy, oh boy, she handles things so wonderfully. And she actually made a custom coffee for Your Mom's House, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if I have this queued up properly here. Let's give it a whirl. What do you say?
It's awesome.
It just helps your mental health.
Yeah.
It does. It's like, with all the trolls, all the comments, all that stuff, just turn it off and go in the gym.
Get ripped on coffee first.
Amen.
Drink your espresso.
Have some coffee.
Dude,
and crush a workout.
I have there was a point. So when my first or second job in LA, I worked the graveyard shift. You remember those
Yeah, it was
days?
terrible.
In post-production.
Yeah.
And so my shift was 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Brutal.
Fucking brutal. You guys ever do?
Oops, I blew it.
Dangerous, dude.
I blew it on that one, but I wanted to get to the custom coffee that Caitlin made and see if it shows that. Cougar, see if you can pull that one up for me. But first, we have a guest here today. Let's see if I can bring him on and not fuck it up completely. What's up, Ari?
Yo, dog. How you doing?
Good. Hold on. I'm pulling you up on the screen. Booyah. Look at that. I figured it out. I'm not a fucking idiot. Dude, awesome first episode of You Be Trippin' with Santino.
Thanks. Is my head this much bigger than yours in real life?
I don't think so. I have a pretty big head, and as a matter of fact, I was very zoomed in, and we spent an extra 3 minutes making me smaller.
How's this?
Do you want my head to be bigger? Would it make you feel better?
Yeah, I want to be able to see your eyes.
No, they're bad. It's actually by design that people can't see my eyes.
Everybody gets glare-proof glasses. You're like, give me that extra glare.
They're blue blockers to protect what's remaining.
Yeah. I remember those blue blocker shades.
Yeah, dude.
I remember they had the blue blockers with this mirrors in the back so you can see behind you.
I don't think I have the mirrors because, well, maybe I definitely don't. They're just blue blockers. In fact, the company that made these for me, they said, we appreciate the challenge. And then they sent me a thing that said that they had to make them in like the Alps or some horse shit like that.
Are they? Is that known for making glasses?
They don't make high-end index lenses any longer. They have to go to some fucking cave in the Alps or some horse shit like that so that they can make them. It's crazy. Have you ever been to the Alps? Are you going to get an episode about the Alps on the...
Yeah, I guess I would, huh? I have been to the Alps. I went hiking there for 8 days.
Nice.
With my Austrian friend, the Austrian and Italy Alps. We were on the border of Italy and Austria for like a while, and there was just these little stones about, I don't know, 5 inches, and it just says 1918, and it's every like quarter mile or so. It's just somebody came in and was like, this is the new border.
Just a couple of stones.
Yeah, because it's up in the mountain, you're like, all right, that's there.
So could you move them and fuck with the border, you think?
Fuck! God damn it. I'm a goddamn idiot.
You could have really changed...
a national fucking...
That's how wars start, though, dude. That's how fucking wars start, though. Yeah. You don't want to do that. But Santino was on the first episode. You guys talked all about, like, food, and you talked about drinks that he had in Sicily, and you talked about different sites he saw. He showed some pictures. Yeah, and maybe Santino's not the guy to talk about it, and perhaps you talk about it on future episodes, but I was always wondering about, like, the women, or maybe even, like, if you have a woman on, a man or something, like the romance that you have in a foreign land.
Yeah, it's definitely been part of the episodes for some of them, for sure.
Oh, cool.
The Joe List one coming up in a couple of weeks is, like, legit all about that.
Nice. So does he go down to South America or something with a lady?
Yeah, Chile or Argentina, I forget. Wait, no, Chile. Yeah, that's a great one. The people are gonna love that one. But yeah, it's a lot of that. Yeah, the hookers for sure are gonna play a large role in a lot of these. Yeah, the price of the hooks.
Well, dude, I gotta say, you helped me in a travel situation. I was in Berlin with Tom, I think in like 2019 or something like that. Yeah. And I don't remember if I tweeted something or what, but you DM'd me and like told me like, this is how you get drugs in Berlin.
Tom Rhodes always gave me the clue. He's like, and it's really true. Find the statue in town of some fallen soldier or some hero from the neighborhood, and just go to the statue and hang out, and then you'll just have weed. Someone will come say you're looking for drugs.
Have you noticed? Because you've been going to Europe for
Berlin is just go to the bathrooms.
Yeah, that's what you told me. You were like, just go to a club and go to the bathroom.
You gotta take a couple trips, but someone will be like, "What are you looking
and you
for?"
might not find weed, but you'll find something.
It might not be marked. It might not be what you're looking for, but if you're just looking for something, you'll find it.
What was I going to say? When I was in Berlin, I went to a club and I went to the bathroom, and sure enough, I mean, I'm not even going to say what I got there, but it was easier than I ever would have expected.
Yeah.
But you have been going to Europe for like 20 years now, probably, or so. Have you noticed like a decline in like weed, especially? I mean, because we're so used to it here now and it getting crazy in America. I don't know that Europe, because I went back to Amsterdam 10 years apart from one another, and I noticed that I was like, the weed is the same as it was when I was here 10 years ago, but it's kind of shitty by comparison to what I'm used to now.
Yeah, I think I have Jamaica. I don't know. I haven't been, but I assume it's just shit weed because it was always there. And then Amsterdam is like, they're just tourists. They're coming in and leaving. They don't need. I think if you're in the outskirts, they probably get better. But they're like, we don't have to go high end. They're just here for fucking a day. These drunk fucking stoned idiots. Feed them their weed and get them out of here. They're not trying to go nice. But yeah, you're right. And Amsterdam, overrated weed. It's Copenhagen.
Right. Oh, okay. Do they have shops and everything too, just like Amsterdam?
No,
does?
they have like a anarchist town where they sell weed. They have a no pictures and no running rule.
Weird.
Yeah, and it's always like only soft drugs, no hard drugs. The fucking gangs try to come in and do coke, and they're like drive them out all the time. And I'm like, how does mushrooms apply here? Like, it's borderline.
In Copenhagen, that's where you went to that insane restaurant with Robert Kelly, right?
Yeah, Noma. It closed.
It closed?
The guy read an article on sustainable restaurant touring, where like paying everybody the right amount. And he goes, I agree with this article, but you cannot turn a profit if you live like this.
Oh my God.
There's no way to do it. And instead of like everybody else goes, well, there's no way to get a fucking iPhone without slave labor. I guess I'll have to have an iPhone. He goes, yeah, I get it. So I'll just shut my doors. He had the balls to shut the best restaurant in the world.
God. So what's taking its place? Anything comparable?
I don't know. I'm not like a Michelin guy. That's like a fucking Segura thing.
Yeah.
That was for me and Bobby. That was like, that was a reach.
Yeah, I remember you said the story. You're like, I was going to eat pizza.
Yeah, exactly. It's like something will be good here. We'll get some Spätzle or something.
Well, what do we have other than? I know you just mentioned Joe List is going to be coming up. Is there any others in the can?
Norman's on tomorrow.
Okay,
doing 2 a week for a month. I told the YMH guys who were producing for me, I was like, hey, I like the work you're doing. I'm going to double that output. Something I learned from double people's output. And if they can't have it, I asked Tom about a fucking head on a steak, and he said we can look into it. All those booth boys, one of them's got to be stocked.
Yeah, you got to make an example of one of them.
Yeah. And it said, I'm trying to get a fucking metal sign saying work will set you free into the YMH Studios, but they're fighting me on the production. But 2 a week. Norman's this week, Soder's Monday, and then it's just a bunch of good ones coming. It'll be some names people know and some they don't, but man, the stories of these guys they don't know are probably better than the ones they do. That's
sure.
the good thing.
And it's a chance they might have not heard some of the stories. Obviously, the people that they haven't heard a lot from.
Over again.
Yeah.
And some people are like, this one's gonna last for an hour. I'm like, we're gonna go deep. It's gonna.
Yeah, an hour's not too hard to last.
No, they're like, well, it's a 3-minute story. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna ask you questions. No one asked you about it. It's
awesome, dude.
Yeah, the Soda one's really good about Iceland. No, I'm sorry, Norman's tomorrow. That's Australia. And Soda in Iceland. Relatively so. I think it was drunk Soda.
Ooh.
Back then. But the List one is fucking great. Foley went to Germany.
Ooh, that's good. I can't believe he was on a plane that long.
Yeah, doing with the tell just now about all the fucking USO shows, about army bases in general.
Hell yeah.
Monroe Martin's being on a safari and his is coming up in Nairobi, or I think Nairobi, and just living. They hooked him up with a gig with like a safari, and all these like 65-year-old retirees spent like $80,000 on these safaris, and they just kept looking at Monroe and his young wife and young Monroe, and like, what do you do? How did you get here? And they're like, looking him up, like, because I'm a comedian. They're looking him up, like, I can't find anything of you. I was like, I didn't pay for this trip.
Yeah.
It was a freebie for the kid.
Yeah, those fucking safaris are expensive, dude.
Yeah.
My dad has a friend that did that one time.
Really?
Yeah, like he's like in the Greek mafia or some shit, so he got to go down to like Africa and do that.
Africa. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I can't wait to watch all the future episodes. Thanks for popping on the program.
Response has been great. People loved it so far. I've been loving doing them. I've been really we just finish. Every time we finish an episode, I just kind of, not every time, most of the times, we just sit there, me and the guests, and just kind of like sigh. Because we're like, damn, I want to get over there.
Yeah, you want to get back there. I know the first. I mean, I've never been to Italy. It's one of the few European places I haven't gone to yet, and I know listening to Santino made me go like, "Fuck, dude, what am I waiting for?"
Yeah, the way he made it seemed great. Italians are the worst of the whites, and so, but maybe it's not from there. Maybe it's
but the American Italians, the ones in fucking New York are the worst. Yeah, of course. None of the ones that live in Italy have the Italian tattoo of the flag in the fucking boot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that no one in Italy would have.
yeah. It's not like a Yankees game when you're going over to Italy.
Yeah, exactly. They just have bocce and fucking espresso.
Awesome, dude. Well, thanks for popping on. I really appreciate you coming on for a couple minutes and talking about it.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Congrats on your new pod, the wrap.
Oh, thank you.
Cool, interesting.
Yeah, dude. I appreciate it. Second episode. You're here for like the maiden voyage, so
hell yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, you got to track Tom's. It doesn't sound like he's going to gain the weight back, but if he does, start tracking it.
Well, I've decided I would be fat and poor for the both of us.
Okay.
So I'm gaining my own weight.
Yeah, you got to do a whole rap about looking into the claims of Bert that he's losing weight still. Like, all right, well, here's a fucking fan picture from the show on the side. Not sure your pictures were accurate, Bert.
I'm sure people will scale, give me some updates from the road for Bert's weight for sure.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
All right,
well, thanks so much, buddy. I'll talk to you soon, all right?
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Cool. That's Ari Shaffir, folks. Let's give a clip from his new show here real quick. This is from episode 1 with Andrew Santino, the Sicilian Islands. And it sounded like Andrew had like a very romantic type of trip.
They're right.
Oh my God,
sure.
I'd go back.
That sounds great.
I'd go back
I would
100
go there.
times.
I would go there.
I
that
highly
sounds
recommend
exactly
it.
my vibe because you're away from this touristy thing. Sicily is already like a poor man's, or not a poor man's, a more exotic Italy.
It is.
It's a different country, right? Or is it part of Italy?
Well, it's part of Italy, but they consider themselves different. You know, like they're their own people. They would say, Sicilians and Italians different.
And then it's like that no one goes there.
Nobody.
No one goes up here.
No. Yeah.
Did Andrew mean the Sicilians are like black Italians?
Islands was pretty remote. I will say it was pretty shocking how people just didn't.
Were you closer to Africa than Sicily in parts?
When we went all the way out to Marettimo, I think.
I like how Ari uses the actual map behind him. That's very useful.
Marettimo's the furthest one. When you go all the way out there, you're I wouldn't say closer, but you can see here on the map. So we're all the way on that island. You're still closer to Sicily.
Look at the great production here from the YMH team, getting the map, getting the circle.
The coast of Tunisia. That was the only other thing that they tell you to kind of worry about. Because look at this.
What? Pirates?
Al Hawaii is not far away. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Tunisian pirates. Yeah, that's very real. That's very that part was the only part.
Whatever you should worry about, like, what the fuck am I going to do?
Well, no, they just tell you like stay within the lines of like where you are supposed to go.
Yeah.
Don't start going way out because you think it's dope and it's secluded.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Right.
Don't be cool, because if you're on their territory,
then
fuck
they're like
you.
open game.
Well, see, I'm always like, fuck you. Then you're in their backyard. If they tell you don't go over there, it's like that guy. Remember that kid that went to like North Korea? You know, he like crossed the lines. Everyone felt bad. I'm like, why?
Why'd you go to North
They
Korea
told you not to
take
go.
a poster?
Yeah, they said don't go.
Yeah.
Don't do that. And you're like, I got it, dude.
Pussy, go fight with the Tunisian pirates, I say. You know, that's the kind of travel I want to hear about. No, but great episode with Andrew Santino. Go check it out. Tunisian pirates. I mean, I only heard of the Somalian ones. I didn't know Tunisians had pirates too. I am the captain now. I mean, I what a fucking experience. Somebody wrote, let me see if I can get back to this comment here as it's going through. A lot of people are commenting. This is great. Oh, Daniel Hickey right here. Daniel Hickey says, great choice for a first guest. If you recall, technically not my first guest. Week 1, we had legends of stage and screen, Jane Wilde and Alexis Tay. Everyone hated that I had them on, and I loved it. I stand by that segment. That is like, if I die and I'm going into the Broadcasting Hall of Fame, I want that thing to be at the top of the reel, quite frankly. I'm proud of it. That wallpaper is dope as hell. He's referring to the map on Ari's wall. Make sure you tune in to You Be Trippin' with Ari Shaffir. And check out the YouTube channel. It's a separate YouTube channel. Go subscribe, get on it, and check it out. What is this here? I'm kind of tired of Sicilians telling me they're black. Well, you see, they're black for Italy. Unfortunately, I know Mr. Juana, you know you want none. I can never say it, dude. I can never say it, but you know I know you, and you know I love you. He is a black man. Let's just say Robert Paul Champagne wouldn't kick him out of bed. And he's tired of these Sicilians taking claim on it. That kid that stole a poster was a spy. Oh, you're talking about the Korean thing? Oh, was he? I didn't know any. See, I don't know any backstory on that. I do remember there was a kid in the Philippines or something of that effect, and he got like caned for spray painting something. There was that kid as well. Galactic Gorilla. Oh, this isn't nice. This isn't nice, Galactic Gorilla. You should have Nick Simmons on just to see if he's as insufferable without the nervous energy. Nick is a great guy. Come on. Nick's one of my buddies. And, you know, he was there with his dad and with his favorite comedians. Give the guy a fucking break. You guys are fucking mean. You guys are mean. You guys are big meanies. Fucking meanie bajinies is what you are. LMFAO. Robert Paul Champagne would have some fun for sure. Jesus Christ. That from Ryan Gumble. Yes, indeed, he would. He would indeed. But we were talking about Caitlin Campbell being on Your Mom's House today. Just came out this morning, along with Mark Norman, who, as Ari mentioned, going to be a future guest on Your Mom or on UB Trippin. But so Ennie's intro is something that people have been talking about in the chat. I was waiting for Ari to come on. I didn't want to get into this because I didn't want to spend too much time on it in case Ari was here. I didn't want to make him wait. But let's get into it now because I noticed Ennie discussing it. I got to see the clip for myself. To be quite frank, let's get into it.
All right, well, let's start the show. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
I got some good stuff.
Gosh, I got
fun
so
stuff.
excited.
Any coming for my
Good
intro?
Stuff, neat stuff.
Stop assuming folk who use a plural form of address live with DID or is a system. It is colonialism. There are plenty of indigenous folk and spiritual identities where plural forms of address is the norm, and these forms of address existed prior to colonialism. It is also not okay to ask plural people why they are plural. It's none of your business. Just use the correct form of address.
The R word.
Who is Randy? Don't bring anyone up into this.
Welcome to Your Mom's House with Tom Segura. And
Christina Pajitsin.
welcome to Your Mom's House.
Oh, thanks, pal. Oh. Tom.
Yeah.
Zolo just flew this in.
Oh, what is it?
This is a really nice addendum.
Yeah, so as we were talking about it, I remembered he sent a follow-up email with some important information for.
So we had Ennie's looks there. Ennie, can you come on the program, Ennie? I put you on the thing here. Let's see if you can talk. If you can, I don't know.
Oh shit.
What's up, dude?
Oh fuck, I might hear myself. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh shit, I can't hear you in the fucking hold on.
I didn't tell you I was gonna bring you on. I'm sorry. I didn't know I had this clip until the end.
Yeah, my bad, man. I can hear you now.
Ennie, so were you just switching along and you were like, I'm gonna tell me what was going on in your head?
I mean, so if you ever been, sorry, I was not ready to be on the fucking line. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and you had to smoke weed to go back to sleep?
On occasion, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, so I did that, and then I woke up for work, and it was like, whatever, fucking 7 a.m, and
so you got high before you went to work, is what you're saying?
Yeah, by accident. I got in my car and I was like swerving, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, I feel like I'm fucked up." Like, And so I called my girl. And I was like, when I smoked weed, like how late was it? She was like, it was like 6:30. I was like, oh fuck,
Wow.
I just fucking smoked.
So you just did a little wake and bake action. Some of us do that before we go to work.
Yeah,
Not
dude,
on
that's
accident.
fucking crazy. Who the fuck smokes weed and works? Like, you're out of your mind, dude. How do
Right
you
here.
do that?
Hand
man?
up.
I see.
Well,
How do you do that?
I
Well, that's
just
what I fucking do when I'm high as shit. I fucked around that whole episode. Yeah, I'm surprised I left it in.
and people thought it was great.
That's
Did you? I
great.
mean,
I'm
everybody's
I'm
all
glad
about
people
it.
liked it. Yeah, how do you work high? What the fuck?
I don't know how you do it not high, frankly.
Oh my god.
Especially on a mundane, boring job. I've had plenty of those, and boy, oh boy, it's just to get out of bed in the morning and go do that horrible thing.
Okay, you know what? You're right. If it's a like boring, shitty job, you're right. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, my job is like I have to fucking stay high, sick. Sick. Thank you, Spectron. I'm staying on it. Yeah, it's a little hard to switch and do fucking technical shit high, but you know.
Yes, I would imagine your job is a little difficult to do high. I thought it was more like I didn't expect the high angle. I thought it was because Christina and Tom, like when the intro's playing, it's almost like they forget they're still on the camera and they start like looking at their phones. Christina was like washing her glasses, so I thought you were like, I'm gonna jump in here and just see if anyone notices.
No, that's why I started having fun with it, like switching around because they did that back at the LA studio. Like one of my first episodes, they're like, "All right, I guess we'll just fucking check our phones." I'm like, I
Well,
mean,
you
it's
have to
still on
remember,
the camera, man.
your mom's house started as audio only, and I feel like sometimes
That's
you know
right.
it was for years audio only.
Right.
And I think that they used to put in an animation over the intro or something when it was back at their home in Los Angeles before they moved to the studio in LA. But then when we were in LA, it started doing the switching thing and going back and forth between them. And, you know, the booth people and Nadav and everybody else. Yeah. So it was, it became a thing. But yeah, sometimes I think they forget that they're still on the thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I still think it's pretty crazy. Like, have we at all brought up since this started that we have two intros? I feel like we haven't talked about that.
What do you mean two intros?
Like we technically do the intro twice. You're saying the animation that you're talking about that goes on the very beginning of the show, right? There's that there's that 20-second little thing that everybody fucking bitches about.
Don't bring up the length of the intro again. We know what happens there. So I mean, people will want it longer. You're gonna have petitions out there. That's how my intro started. I mean, we all had to come up with new ones that one day, and that was mine.
But yeah, I mean. But that's the beginning, you know, of like the animation that you're talking about. That's the very beginning. And then they talk a little bit, they get into that first clip that they want to do, and then they play the intro again. And I think this was because back when Nadav was doing everything and it was actually only audio, or I think when Nadav came on, he brought them over to YouTube, so they did different versions.
Yes.
One for YouTube, one for audio. So they like split that audio or that intro into two different destinations, but now we just put it on both, so both platforms have two intros.
Hey, don't fix what's not broken.
Hey, fuck
before
it,
you
I like it. It's just
before
fun.
you head out though, someone had a question for you here.
Oh yeah.
See if you can field this one from Albert Colstein. It says, "How often have you been shitting lately? If that isn't too personal."
How often have you been shitting lately? If it isn't too personal, no, not personal at all, Albert. It's not at all personal. I mean, it's been fucking normal, man. I hate it's boring. I'm fucking boring now, you know. I used to.
He's got his shit in order. I mean, he hates to disappoint. He doesn't want to ruin, the mystique that came with not shitting but once a month. And now that he's got all regular, I mean,
yeah, I'm just a lame old regular dude now.
That's what happens, my man.
Like, it's fucking
well, thanks for coming on and giving us a little insight on that. I've got one more clip to play before we wrap up. I'll put you back in the background, okay?
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, baby.
No problem, buddy. All righty. Let's play one more clip. This is from Mark Norman. I thought this was one of my favorites, and somebody did reference it in the chat, but I don't want to spoil it quite yet. Let's play it before we spoil it. Ooh, I copied the wrong thing because I'm fucking stupid. I'm a fucking stupid little boy. I'm never going to be a man. Let's give it a watch.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, he nailed it. That was like the kitchen scene in Goodfellas. Just
Yeah.
one shot. They nailed it.
Damn.
Oh.
I feel sick. I wish you wouldn't have.
I know.
Not right
I actually
now.
regret it
I
too.
want to puke.
I'm gonna think about that when I'm doing Lauren Compton's pod. That'll keep me not hard.
God damn, dude.
Ugh.
Oh fuck.
That was wild.
Yeah.
You know the Two Girls One Cup is fake?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I
It
heard-
came
yeah.
out as fake.
Yeah, that's fake. Yeah.
And that changed the
I'm
internet.
sorry, I
for-
played. I
The
don't know
bird
why
is the
my
back
clips
of
are
the
later
net.
than
Hold
I
on.
want to
Not that.
So Bert and I contacted this guy and told him that Joe had signed a new Spotify contract, and we paid him to make a congratulations video. So here's the video. Here you go.
Okay, let's see.
Congrats on your podcast, Joe Rogan. Here's to many more insightful episodes. Been a fan since news radio.
Hey, that's fun.
That's fun, right?
Uncut.
Have you sent this to him?
Yeah, yeah, I sent it to him.
Did he love it?
No.
This is actually a screensaver.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
I don't know. The second part.
Oh, we were having a good time.
No, we still are.
Oh god.
I know what's happening now.
We were
Oh,
having
I
a
thought he was
good
gonna
time.
shit on the bread.
No.
Thank God. Oh, I shit on the bread. God damn it. What's with the cup? He
It's to
faked
catch
it.
the pee. The
Oh, son of a
He's
bitch.
got to keep tidy.
I can't watch this.
Alright,
Well,
this
hold
is-
on.
Horrifying.
Hold on.
I'm gonna fucking.
So-
Oh, you didn't show this to the fat lady before me. You saved it. Oh, is he gonna eat the shit sandwich? I can't look away. No! Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna die.
Anyways, congratulations, Joe, on your new Spotify deal.
I'm eating Torchy's tacos after this.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations, Joe, on the new Spotify deal. What a clip indeed. Oh, my goodness. Maybe Mark will have a similar clip come out when he's on You Be Trippin' coming up here in the next episode. Thank you so much, folks. We've hit our hour quota here on the live stream. If there's anything at all that you want seen covered on the show, you have some burning inquiries, something like that, well, make sure you first become a member and you can join the chat. But also, folks, if you're looking to just send something in off the hours, you know what I'm saying, and the other hours of the day, maybe you're laying up at night and you think of something, behindthegeneshow@gmail.com, behindthegeneshow@gmail.com. And like I said, please to be becoming a member. I'd love to have you join up in the live stream if you're not already there. And if you want to come see the Roach live, the Josh Potter, what was it called? Oh, thejoshpotter.com. That's my website that I just got. Thejoshpotter.com. Alabama, Huntsville. Going to be there in April. Come on and check it out. And other than that, thank you so much to all our chatters. Oh, my God. Mr. Browner, Stanktron, Shadowjacker. Thank you to Annie. Thank you to Cougar. Thank you to Heather. Thank you to everybody at your mom's house. We'll see you next Wednesday live, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Your Mom's House YouTube channel. Oh boy, I got to play the music to get out of here, huh? Let's do it. My intro. Remember this one? Oh boy.
Welcome to your mom's house.
Started in the middle, but that's okay, folks. I love ya. We'll see you next time.
Christina Pashitsky.
Welcome to your mom's house.
This is big time.